Hey, did the narcissist stalk you even if they discard you from London? Hello from London. Yes, they do. Narcissists will stalk you. They will harass you. They will be watching your accounts from fake pages. Bless you. Thank you, Caitlin. They will be watching you and making sure that you know that they're watching them. They'll actually put stuff on social media for you to be watching because they want you to see it. They want you to be able to see it. Hold on, I'm going to send this. So yeah, they want you to be able to see it, and they want you to be like scared, I guess, so that they feel as if they've got control over you. And even though you guys aren't together anymore and they have like a new person, a new supply, they still own you. They act as if they own you. I booked a week to Spain with my kids. I'm proud you got no contact. You got your energy back. That's amazing. Do you see what happens when we go no contact? When we go no contact with a narcissist, we gain our energy back. We have more access to our mental health, our well-being. We have more access to the things we love to do. When we go no contact with a narcissist, we build the muscle to start living our life with purpose, living our life with freedom. Hey, beautiful. Hi. Denise, how's it going? He stalked when we were together still. Yeah. Did he stalk other people when he was together with you? I won't see anything. I have blocked him. I will not make a fake account. Good. You don't make the fake account. They make the fake accounts. They make the fake accounts because they can't handle, or they don't like the fact that you're doing well. The worst is gaslighting when they deny shit that they did to make you feel crazy. It is. Gaslighting is so awful. 12 months! Suspended sentence! And he cried during my victim impact statement. Chapter closed. Necromantic. Girl, I am so proud of you. You are amazing. You are doing some big things, girl. And all this stuff that you've been through, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. I love hearing your story, and I love hearing all the wonderful, amazing things you're up to. That is so empowering. Guys, like, get inspired by some of the people in this community. There are so many people in this community that will inspire you, make you feel so, like, if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling crazy, not worthy, and if a narcissist or toxic person has made you feel like your self-worth is shot, get in this community and look at some of these stories and and one day your chapter will be closed. Whatever hardships, whatever pain that narcissist has caused you, one day your chapter will be closed, and you could be up in here in my comment section celebrating it with us. Mine said he wanted to do nothing with me anymore, but still turned up at my house the other day. They never, ever say what they mean. They say shit to you to manipulate you. They say things to threaten you. I never want anything to do with you. And then boom, once you call their bluff, they're showing up at your house. Never listen to what a narcissist says. Let's watch what they do. Actions over words. Never listen to what a narcissist says. Watch what they do. I needed this live. I left my abusive relationship, but it's emotionally hard as fuck. Yeah, it is hard. It's hard to leave an abuser. It's hard to leave a relationship that you thought was going to be this amazing thing that was going to last a lifetime. You thought that this bond was forever, and then that just gets taken from you. It's really tough to do. Thank you for the flowers, Debbie. I love those. Thanks, Debbie. I find it hard to get back in the game, though. Always worried. Well, you know what? It's really tough to trust yourself. You have to be able to build a foundation to get this point where you can start trusting yourself, and then you can get back in the game and start dating again. I am writing a course on healthy dating after abuse, which is going to be on the Narc app. So if you don't already have the app downloaded, go to the link tree in my bio and hit resources and go to Narc app and download it. there is a really great course in there called Boundaries by Bree, and that is, her TikTok handle is Abuse is Abuse. She has written a really great course on boundaries, and you can do that. You can do that course on that app as well. We've got 4 kids together. Caitlin, I understand. I got 3 kids with the narcissist I married. So I get it, girl. I get it. I blocked my narcissist on everything, and he came to my apartment and forced me to unblock him. How did he force you to unblock him? That is so brutal, user. I'm so sorry you're going through that. How do I get coaching from you? How much is it? All of my packages, I have roller coaster healing packages. You can book a single session with me, or you can book a package with me. Go to the link in my bio under coaching and just hit the coaching, and it'll take you to my scheduling page, and you can pick something that works for you. And I have prices as little as $34. So starting at $34, you can get a texting package, you can get a single session, you can get a full package. All of the information is on that link, and it'll pull it up on my scheduling page for you. Yep, all day long gaslighting. They never stop gaslighting, do they? They never stop gaslighting, do they? They want to control your reality. When a toxic person uses gaslighting as a technique, it's not just lying and making you question things. It's actually making you and successfully making you feel like a crazy person, like you're crazy. They want you to feel crazy. I enjoy watching your videos. Thank you so much. Or I love watching your videos. Honey, I appreciate you. How did you get over the guilt of leaving pets behind with a narcissist? For me, I didn't leave a pet behind. I actually took my pet and rehomed him while I was still married to him, because he was trying to get my attention by abusing the pet. He would do very awful manipulation tactics and intimidation tactics with the pet. And my dog that I had, Eddie, he was having such a hard time even just being around. He would be cowering. He started biting and barking at other people. So I rehomed him to a good friend of mine. Hey, beautiful, you're finally here. I'm finally here. I'm actually early for my nail appointment. I had a nail appointment. As you can see, my nails are super, super bad. I need help with these, right? So I'm getting them done, but I was half an hour early because I wanted to book my nail appointment and have enough time between a coaching call and my nail appointment. So I put it in my calendar half an hour early. So I'm half an hour early for my appointment. So I'm just sitting in the parking lot. Ben, it's your crush. It's me. Joy, my love. Hello, baby girl. How are you? How's it going? Big hugs to you. Got some big things happening for you, girl. Mine comes to my house every few hours because she has a gut feeling that someone else is here. That's so controlling and possessive, and she is intimidating you. She is intimidating you with her gut feelings. Coming to your house every few hours, that is major control and obsession and possession over you and your time, Siege. That's very toxic of her. You're welcome. Thank you for all that you do for us. You're welcome. Thank you for being here, you guys. You do so much for me. You do so much for me. The King, thank you for the follow. Why do they still try to control you when they have something else? It's exhausting. Someone else. I know. Because they don't discard you. You know, when I say, there is a discard phase. There is a discard phase. A narcissist does like to discard you. They mentally check out, or they check out of the relationship completely. But they don't throw you in the trash. When we discard something, we throw it. You know, I'm going to discard my lunch. You know, I got Wendy's today. I'm going to discard that. I'm going to throw that in the trash. A narcissist doesn't throw you in the trash, though. They will make you feel like you were thrown in the trash. A narcissist puts you up on a shelf for later. So what do we do when we're healing? We make sure that you build the muscle so that when they do come back, even though they have someone else, even though they've ghosted you, or even though they've discarded you, thrown you away, one day when they start coming around, if they do, and they start knocking, and they start bugging you, because they've put you on the shelf. You're on this rotation. You're in this rotation. With a narcissist, they just choose who they want to use for supply next. And if they're not getting supply from the people that they've chosen around them, they're going to go for the next person. And that person might be you. They might get somebody from the past. Once they have you and they start using you again, if you don't have the muscle built and you don't have the strength to ward them off or show them how confident and strong you are, you will be prey to another cycle of abuse. So yes, they still try to control you when you're not with them anymore, even when they have someone else, because you're just in the supply closet waiting for that day that they need you. So just, if you need to work with me or a coach or therapy or both or all of it, just to get through some of that healing, to build that muscle and be strong enough to say no when they show up again, then that could be your way of just being feeling safe and trusting yourself. They don't give up on you. They don't give up on you until there's nothing left of you. This is what we do. We build your confidence up to be strong enough to say, no, you have nothing. I have nothing to offer you. You have no supply to get out of me. I highly recommend her coaching people. Thank you so much, Joy. I really appreciate you. It's all I ask for her is to take my name off the cable and let me go. It's been 3 years, Ben. Ben, you can ask for more. You can ask for more from her. You can ask her for your peace. You can ask her for your full freedom. She's keeping your name on the cable to try to keep you, to stay in contact with you and own you. Hey you, what's up, Dylan? How's it going, my new friend? I appreciate you. My dad does all of those things. Hi, darling. I love these. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Whew. Slap the tip? Fuck off. My back hurts. Oh no, you're really suffering. Go get some Tylenol. Go get some Advil. Or some Arnica. That should help. Hi, love. Nadoosh, how's it going, girl? Yo, Ro, what up, JC? Hi, gorgeous. Hello. My ex left me after cheating on me and I forgave and stayed. We do that though, there's a lot of times where we forgive. You see the kindness in somebody else. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. That's not something to blame yourself or feel shitty about. There is, on average, people go back to their abuser on average 7 times. So even if they've cheated on you, that's abuse. Even if they've lied to you or they're physically abusive to you, we still forgive them and believe their apologies because we're kind people. We're empathetic. So that is not something you're alone on. There's a lot of people who do that, and I understand the shame and guilt that you feel for doing that. But it's because you have a kind heart and you see the good in people. Even after they cheated on you, you forgave. Now, if you do want to make it work with this person, you have to have boundaries in place. As a coach, I'm not here to tell you not to be with somebody. I would never say, oh, they are a narcissist, don't be with them. We make our own decisions that work for us. So if you want to make it work with somebody that you're forgiving because they were, disrespectful in your relationship, you have to have boundaries. Just broke up with my narcissistic boyfriend. Honestly, this account has helped me. Unknown, I appreciate you. Oh my God, yes to everything you're saying. I appreciate you for saying that. They are sad and desperate, Joya. Yes, they are. Sometimes they're so sad, they're so desperate, and they just need supply. They need some sort of ego boost to kind of get them going for the day. I have to go back to the rest of my belongings. Oh no. Do you have a support team? Do you have somebody to help you go back to that person's house and get your stuff? And do you need that stuff? Like, I always tell clients, when you're going back after you've gone no contact with somebody, does that pink turtleneck really mean anything? Is it worth the who knows what kind of altercation you're going to get with this person, the verbal abuse, the mental abuse, the psychological, just them tormenting you again? Is it worth it to go and get, a pair of socks? What belongings do you have to get if they are the rest of your belongings, and how important are you? If you can protect your peace and buy new shit, I would suggest that over going back to that house. And if you absolutely have to, if they're very important things, bring a friend, bring a support person, bring someone who can help you so that you don't have to go there by yourself. It's so hard to co-parent with my baby daddy while being pregnant. Oh, yeah. Plus, when we're pregnant, we have all of these other things that we're dealing with. We have exhaustion. We have all the hormonal shifts. It's really tough to deal with any type of abuse when you are pregnant. So I feel for you. I'm just a mop waiting to go through the ringer again. Oh, well, JC, I know what you mean, though. So true. Diana, what's going on? Thank you, girl. Thank you for being a subscriber. I see that you got a little badge there that says Ro. So this is ROE. That's so Ro exclusive. That's why it says ROE. My actual name is Rosanna. It's short for Rosanna. I've just cut out a narcissist in my life. The relief is unreal. Doesn't it feel good to be free from a narcissistic person? Someone who abuses you and manipulates you all the time? That relief is so unreal. Riley, I'm so proud of you for leaving. I'm so sad today. Is it bad that I missed my narcissistic? No, it's not bad. It's normal. It's normal to feel sad. You have what's called euphoric recall. When we're in euphoric recall, we think about all the good things that the narcissist did for us, all the wonderful ways we fell for them. Because in the beginning of a relationship with a narcissist, they are love bombing us. They're idealizing us. In the idealization phase, we are everything to them. We are the most beautiful person in the world. We are all the way up on a pedestal. We can do no wrong. We're perfect. And it feels so good, and they treat us so well in the beginning. They do this so that we don't see the deception behind the mask, and we fall for their charm so that they can build trust with us and then use us and abuse us later on. So of course you miss that. You miss the narcissistic ex because of the way he was or she when you were being love bombed. But you don't actually miss a person that doesn't exist. That person was a fake person. It was a con. So it's okay to miss the loving moments because you were part of those moments. You created them as well. It's okay to miss that. And it's okay to feel sad and grieve that as well. Hello, Anya. How are you? Will he ever come back? I'm really pissed off. I'm safe. I'm happy that you're safe. What are you pissed off about? I love you in caps. Yeah, Canada. This is actually a vintage Expos hat. A baseball team that they don't play anymore. I left him in December and then went back. What a mistake. Well, now you know it was a mistake, right? Now you know it was a mistake. That is your lesson. I want to have the strength to say that's enough. No more. You and your lives have helped me. Oh, I'm so happy, Siege. Thank you for saying that. My mom was a narcissist and I really left me with a lot of trauma. Yeah, and Natalie, what happens when our parents are narcissistic or have high tendencies, you end up, if you don't address them, if you don't address your childhood trauma, it turns up in your romantic relationships as an adult. So you got to address your childhood trauma, and that comes with narcissistic parents, abusive, neglectful, parents that abandon you, discard you every day. You have to address your childhood trauma so that it doesn't show up and present itself in your romantic relationships, because it does that a lot. Leave. I wasted 25 years. Yes. Don't waste any more time with people who are abusive. If you can leave, safely leave. If you need help leaving, I can help you. If you need an exit strategy, you need to plan it. You need to save money. You need to access personal power so that you can monetize and make money. I can help you with that as well. I ask myself the same question. Yeah. My back hurts. He left me. Yeah. Hey, Ro. Okay, you'll be right back then. Yeah, I've got about 20 more minutes and then I got to go back in. What's going on, Jen Roller Girl? I love that you always come in my lives. The police will sometimes escort you. That's true. That is true. Trying to talk to my mom a couple of years after the abuse. She told me that I wasn't her daughter. Natalie, that's just words. That is just words. And I know words cut and I know words hurt, but remember, these people who are narcissistic, highly narcissistic, people who are toxic, who want to manipulate and to exploit situation, and they're entitled to the benefits that you get when they manipulate you. These people just say words and they don't have actions to back it up. So they give you empty promises, empty threats. And then when it comes to love bombing, they say all of this future faking bullshit to get you roped in, but they don't ever follow through with anything. So when she says that, she's just saying that to hurt you. What does that mean realistically? Think with your logical mind with that one. And Natalie, just remember who you are and what makes you you. You are not, your mom doesn't identify you. You are your own person with your own self-worth, and you shine bright on your own. So you don't need your mom telling you that you're not her daughter to devalue you and cut down your self-worth, because you are worth more than that, and you deserve better than that. You deserve all that is good in the world. If you need a new mom, I'm your new mom, okay? Hi, Eve. What's up? What's up? What in the Fresno is going on here? I'm in Canada, so I'm nowhere near Fresno. He left me 8 years ago, 3 months ago, and we're already living with another woman, and I'm pregnant. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. And left you after 8 years. They do that. They wait for these very vulnerable moments. If you ever think you want to leave a narcissist, this goes for anyone in the chat. If you think you want to leave a narcissist and you're doing well, and you have this feeling, make the plan today. Make the exit strategy, plan your escape today. Because the second you are in a vulnerable state, you're pregnant, you lose your job, you lose a loved one, you lose a best friend, you are sick. Any of these things happen when you're in a vulnerable state. That is when they leave you. So if you ever feel like you need to leave a narcissist and you're in a good place in your life, do it while you're strong. Do it while you're confident. Do it while you feel motivated. Even though you think the relationship is feeling okay, if you have a little bit in your heart that tells you, nope, I don't want to be with this person, leave. Because the moment you're down in the dumps and something is like not going well in your life, that's when they leave you. They leave you when you need them. And it's going to hurt so much more. So do it, okay? Make a plan today if you want to leave a narcissist. I can help you do that. Today would have been your 2-year anniversary. Instead, it's 11 months of no contact. He made several attempts, but nope. Thank you, Phoenix Rising. Hey, Cook and Cook, what's up? Yes, you essentially love yourself, not them. Exactly. Ro, baby! It's my Carl, baby. How's it going, future hubby? How's it going, future hubby? How are you? What does it mean when they say they want you all to themselves? Because they feel like they own you. They act as if they own you. Do you know any other creators who focus on abuse and manipulation shared with the children with Narc? Yes. Go follow Stronger Than Before. Lisa Sani. She has a webinar tonight. I think it's 7 o'clock Eastern time. And it's about co-parenting with a narcissist. Go follow Stronger Than Before. I will be in that webinar as well. Not as a speaker, but I'll be in that webinar in the chat. That was very true. Thinking about myself was too, getting mad at myself. Love you, Ro. Make sense of the comfort. Thank you, Carl, for the hearts, you sweetie. She accused me of speaking to my ex the entire month. I sent her my phone records to prove I wasn't. See how we do this kind of crazy stuff? To show them, to prove to them, to show them the receipts? Just to prove to them that we're not doing the things they do, but they can't provide any proof, because if we even give them cold hard evidence about their cheating behavior, and by the way, the only reason why they're accusing you of cheating and accusing you of speaking to your ex the entire month is because they're speaking to their ex. They're the ones who's cheating. They're the ones who's lying to you, stealing from you, like manipulating you. They're the ones that's doing it, so they project that accusation onto you. Accusations are confessions. They're actually saying what they're doing. And even if you give them cold hard evidence and say, look, this is what you're doing, they're going to gaslight you and be like, that's not me. You clearly photoshopped that. If you're a type of person who's going to look in my phone anyway, you would be the type of person to make that shit up. That's not me. That's a paid actor. Trust me, that is what they do. They will pull in only to push you away when you're down or broke. Absolutely. Both parents would say that all the negative things that's starting to make me feel like they're right. Don't listen to that negative talk. We already have a negative self-talk voice in our ear just going chirp, 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 just telling us exactly all of these bad things that our ego needs to hear. Don't listen to a narcissist having to say that to you as well. Or your parents, a romantic partner, a toxic boss, anybody. Don't let them say it, because we already say that negative shit too. And the more they say it, the more it amplifies our own negative self-talk. And then we get into this place of like doubting ourselves and lacking self-worth. Don't get into that cycle. I can help you out of that and break that conditioning. I'm trying to get out of my situation. Stone, if you need help, you can always reach out to me. I always send emails back. You can go to the link in my bio, hit contact me. You can just send me an email. You can just send me an email, and I always reply to my emails. Can I ask you some advice? You can always ask me anything you want, sweetheart. If you want to ask me right here in this chat, or if you can send me an email and I can send you one right back. That, or have they say they were hacked. Oh yeah, I was hacked. That's not really me. Somebody went into my phone and did that. Those messages weren't for me. That wasn't me. That's not me. That's a double. That's somebody that has the same tattoo as me on the exact same spot on my body. That's not me. That's not me. That's a double. That's not me. Thank you. It's so hard realizing I am that woman. You are that woman, Stone Goddess. Look at your name, Stone Goddess. You are a goddess. Look in the mirror and tell yourself how much you love yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that one day, yes, I'm capable of this, I'm capable of that, and then make it happen. Believe in it. Visualize it. I know it's hard. Thank you for the rose, by the way. Love you, Carl. Love you so much. I actually don't know how to leave. I'm scared. You know what? It's very scary. I'm not going to tell you it's not. You're valid to feel scared. It's terrifying. The life that you know right now, the life of being with a narcissist or your parent or romantic partner, it's hard to just pick up and go. But you have to understand that fear is an emotion that we cannot control. We have fear like we're hungry. Being fearful is just like being thirsty. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not thirsty. It's there. So you can lean into it, and you can honor that fear, and you can use it as a tool for survival to push you towards how you're going to be safe. And what do we do when we're thirsty? We take a drink, right? What do we do when we're fearful? We work on what we're going to do and start making goals. The fear goes away. I promise you it goes away. It's not going to be there forever. It is a temporary feeling. It's an emotion that we're allowed to honor and validate and feel, and it's okay to be fearful. When you think of it logically, you're leaving a life that you're so used to and we were conditioned to live in forever, for a really long time. How long did you feel like that was home for you? That's comforting, even if it was filled with chaos. So going and stepping into the unknown and not knowing where you're going to go, of course that's scary. Of course it is. Be very kind to yourself. You're welcome. You're so welcome. So I had this boyfriend for a year. We went through a lot, like he was a narcissist. So we broke up, okay? And then when we broke up, he found another girl, still kept living his relationship life with me, and then told me we were going to get back together. Something happened and he left. The mind games. All of that to me, El Rose, sounds like mind games. Now you're sitting here ruminating over that narcissist. Now you're sitting here thinking and obsessing and analyzing and wondering what the fuck happened. See how they do that to us? And what happens when we're sitting here ruminating over the narcissist and living in the chaos? We forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to love ourselves again. We forget who we are. That is them winning. That is the power of a narcissist. That's what they do. They make us analyze every move they make and try to make sense of it. Because in our minds, that doesn't make sense. That's not something you would do to somebody. You would never do that kind of heinous narc game shit to anybody. But they do that to us so that we sit there trying to wonder what happened. And the second we keep doing that, the more we do that, the less we get to work on ourselves and do things for us. So I understand. I've been there. I'm going to say this. I envy people that have good parents and partners in their life. I do too. I have really good parents, but I envy those good partners because I have yet to have an extraordinary relationship with somebody. And honestly, that's all I'm looking for now is extraordinary. If it's not extraordinary, I don't want it. I was with 2 narcissists. I was with very flat people who are selfish, and I just need someone right now. I would rather be alone than find anybody that treats me the same way, even if it's blah. I just need extraordinary. And this is what I'm writing into my dating, my healthy dating after abuse course, is how to find and how to accept and be trusting of relationship and making sure that it is an extraordinary relationship, because that is what we deserve. Amen, sis. I have to remember who we are and that we are strong. Absolutely. What's your best advice? Because lately I've been crying almost every day. Let it out. Just cry. Just cry. Thank you for subscribing, Christine. I appreciate you. Love your lives. Always filled with positivity. Thank you, Teach. My husband has been ghosting me while out of town. Ooh, that doesn't sound very loving. Doesn't sound very connecting. I made it. Sorry I'm late. Taking a hot lavender Epsom salt bath. Ooh, I love that. I forgot normal is. I forgot what normal is, but I know this is not normal. Yeah, it isn't typical and it's not healthy. Is it common? Yeah. So there's a difference between what's common in relationship and what's healthy. And when you can see something that isn't making you feel good about yourself and is making you doubt yourself and lowering your stocks, your self-worth stocks, if that lowers, it is not healthy. You want your self-worth stocks to be up. How do you get out of that thinking? Which thinking is that, Green Eyes? The being in self-worth. You need some radical acceptance, and you need to have coaching. I just read coaching. You need to have boundaries. I can help you do that with coaching. Christy Michelle, if you want to book a session with me, you can do either a single session or you can book a package. All of my coaching packages will take you to my scheduling page right here. Go to the link in my bio and go to book a coaching session or just coaching, and you can see all of the packages and which one works for you. They're called roller coaster healing packages. So I have single session packages and I have multi group session packages where we go into detail with how we're going to get you past the ruminating cycle or get you into a full intensive healing regime and get you past the point of analyzing, obsessing, and being hurt every day by a narcissist. How do you protect your kid from a narcissist? You cannot, unless you have a protection order, unless you have a custody agreement that allows you to completely have your kid remain no contact. You can't. If you share kids, which it's very difficult. You're so welcome, Christy Michelle. If you are sharing custody and you have to have 50% of the kids or a percentage of the kids at their house, you don't have any access. There are 2 households that child is going to grow up into. They're going to grow up into 2 different households, and they get to decide which one they feel safest with. Your job as a parent is to create the household in your home to be as safe and healthy and loving as possible, free of abuse. If you live with a narcissist who's abusive, they are growing up in 100% abuse. Even if you're not abusing, it's 100% abuse, and they won't know the difference. So when you split up with a narcissist and you have to share the kids, they get to decide, and they get to see 2 different variations of a household growing up. One in abuse and one in not in abuse. One healthy, one unhealthy. And as they get older, they're going to see that the other parent was abusive, and they're going to know the difference and be able to make critical thinking as they get older. You cannot protect them from abuse. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. Whether it's subtle, whether it's verbal, right? If it becomes a safety issue and there's a wellness issue with physical abuse and things like that, yes, you can get authority involved, but the authority doesn't doesn't recognize emotional abuse. So yeah, one day they're going to be like, clean up your fucking room and get your ass off the couch and not do anything. You don't do anything around here. Right? Or they're going to be like, pass me my medication. I love you so much. I can't do it. Can you make me a sandwich? I can't do anything about you. I'm depressed. And then have that kid forced to be grown up to be an adult. They're going to do all sorts of manipulative, narcissistic shit to the kids, and you can't do anything about it. All you can do is have a safe, loving environment in your own home. How do I protect, or howdy? What's up, Dusty? How's it going? Cass just got involved. Cops just got involved. He made me look like such a bad mom. All the lies. They do that. They'll call child services. They'll call the cops. Or did you meant to say CPS? They'll call, they'll try to disrupt you in every way possible. All we can do, yes, we have to be hypervigilant. We can't help it. We have to be hypervigilant and we have to protect ourselves all the time, and it sucks. But these are the hurdles we have to skip, and we have to just jump through each one with grace and be strong for our children. And when our children get old enough, they'll see it. They will see it. We won't have to do anything to teach. We can teach them healthy boundaries, and we can be a responsible influence and lead by example and show them. We can show them, because we're the ones that use our actions as example. The narcissists just use words, right? They only use words. Actions speak louder than words. They learn by experience, not by words. Kids don't remember what we say, what we don't say, what kind of living situation. They don't remember that you didn't have the bigger TV. They remember the experiences. They remember those moments that you have with them. That's what they'll remember. Jilly, what's up, Jilly girl? Hypervigilance is exhausting. Hey, Anna, what's going on? My kids see it now, 16, 20. Yes, see? And how old were they when they first started to see it, Anna? You start training Friday and Wednesday. Dusty, did I see that you got the jab? How are you feeling? Are you okay? And what are you training for, Dusty? He was abusive, and I'm scared because I stayed for so long. We stay longer than we want to, but you can't change that now. You did stay, and probably because you were brainwashed. So don't blame yourself for that. You stayed because you were brainwashed. Do we always feel like we stayed way too long? Yes. We can't do anything about that now. You're out now. So that is something to celebrate. And that is something that you can say, yeah, I left. You could still be in that relationship. And unfortunately, there are people who are going to die with their narcissistic, abusive partner, never knowing they were in an abusive relationship, never knowing it was bad. Because they didn't recognize it. So hard to identify. So that is something that you're not, you left. Even though you felt like you stayed for too long, you still left. Take that as a win. Celebrate yourself. Be kind to yourself. And I'm proud of you. So proud of you for doing that. How do I not feel guilty and ashamed? You have to remember that you left. You have to remember that you left. Yes, we're in a fog. So there is fear, obligation, and guilt. We do have that fog. We feel guilty. We feel ashamed. We feel like we were obligated to stay. We feel that. And yeah, maybe we did stay too long. I honestly, personally think that 1 minute with a narcissist is too long. But we were brainwashed into staying. That's not your fault. Thank you so much, Jilly. I stayed for 22 years with my first abuser to the last. Don't waste the best of your life. Yes, you're in this live right now. You're in the community of Narc Talk. Plus, if you don't already watch Dr. Ramani on YouTube, go watch her videos. That'll give you a really great perspective. If you want a free book, who wants a book, by the way? Who wants to know some of my favorite books? And I can give you a free one. There's a free PDF in my link tree in my bio. If you go to the link in my bio, go under my favorite books. There's a few creators on here that are on TikTok that have written amazing books. Manjeet Ruprai, who is also on TikTok. She wrote the Guide to Narcissistic Toxic Relationships. And there is Dr. Carrie Kerr McAvoy, who is a PhD. She's a clinical psychologist. She also married a narcissist. Her book is thrilling. It's very suspenseful. It's also in the link in my bio. It's called Love You More. That is an amazing, amazing book. She's also on TikTok under Carrie Kerr-McAvoy, PhD. I love her, right? Hi, everyone. How's it going, Shern? I stayed too long with the false hope. Yes, we have false hope. And you know you're still trying to get out. You cannot prove that anyone's a narcissist in court, Candace. You cannot prove that to anybody. You can't prove that to yourself even. Because the truth is we're all on the spectrum of narcissism. So it can be said that anyone is a narcissist, right? What you want to focus on and heal from is the abuse that they caused you. There are 9 specific narcissistic traits that are behavioral and that develop into a pattern that can give you clues whether or not you are being abused by somebody. But that doesn't label them a narcissist. We are not psychologists. We do not diagnose. But we can say that we observe someone to be very narcissistic in their traits. And we can observe the way they're hurting us and manipulating us and lying to us, abusing us, cheating, stealing, all of those things. We can observe that and understand that from a perspective of healing. So you can't prove that to a court because they're not going to do shit about it. You can't even prove it to yourself. What you want to do is learn the tactics of these people and why they do it, how they do it, and understand that they do it so that you can recognize it and define what abuse means for you, for yourself. Hi, Elliot. What's up, Elliot? Yes, free book. Free book. You should start a support group on Zoom. Gabby, I'm going to start a support group on Zoom. I just have to get some resources in place, and then I'm thinking monthly get-togethers on Zoom where we can just go around in a circle and introduce ourselves. There are really amazing support groups. Kelly Kowalik from Lovely Lady Love. So if you follow Kelly Kowalik, her TikTok name is Lovely Lady Love. She has an amazing support group every 3rd Sunday of the month, I believe. And she does the same forum as AA. You go around in a circle, you share your story. I would suggest going and following Lovely Lady Love if you want to do a support group. I am also going to start one. Sinful, so _sinful. Her name is Cynthia. She also has a support group that she does once a month by her company Resilient AF. Hey, Buttercup. What's up, Meek? How's it going? I just got a project done in 2 hours and I asked for months to get done. For what? Do the narcissists ever regret what they did? I don't believe they do. I don't think they do. But that's just me, Clean Chocolates. I don't know if they do or not because I'm not a narcissist. That would be a really good question for a couple of my friends on here that are 2 self-aware narcissists. Mental Healness and Raw Motivations. Mental Healness, his name is Lee Hammock. He is a self-aware narcissist. And he could give you that perspective if you want to know if he regrets some of the things he did when he wasn't self-aware. Same with Ben Taylor from Raw Motivations. Raw Motivations also has an app called the NARC app, so Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Community. And the app you can download, you can find it in the link tree in my bio under resources. Download the NARC app. There are courses on there. He is also a self-aware narcissist. He has a really good perspective on narcissistic abuse and how it presents in him when he was unaware, as well as some of the people he coaches. So I would suggest following him and checking that app out because there's a really good course on there built and created by my friend Bree, which is Abuse is Abuse is her TikTok handle. And she built a course on boundaries, which is amazing. I've done it. It's very eye-opening and it can help you create and hold your firm boundaries on anybody. Boundaries are for you. They're for literally anyone in the world. They're not just for the narcissist. The boundaries you build are for you so that you can protect yourself against any type of person. You're stupid, you went back. Hey, Life and Truth, you're not stupid for going back. It is very common to go back to a narcissist or to an abusive person. The average is 7 times that a domestic violence survivor goes back to their abuser. 7 times. And I know you want to just protect your son. How do I prove he's abusive? You can't prove it. You have to just know for you. There's no, why do you need to prove it? Who do you need to prove it to? The name of the book, Which one? There's a couple. So there's Love You More by Carrie Kerr McAvoy. That's, if you go to the link in my bio under my favorite books, all of those 6 books that saved my life are on that link. You can only get a decent lawyer. Yeah, true story. Physically abusive, you do have to have that, and you have to prove it. You have to prove it with records. Have you ever called the police? Have you ever had a police report on any of your abusive episodes? Kelly started it. Nice. Yes. She just ran with the idea. I love her support group. I wish I was able to make it to the last one because Ben Taylor was the speaker. Is it possible to become narcissistic yourself after being with one for so long? You can pick up narcissistic fleas. You can pick up the fleas and you can be narcissistically defended, meaning that you have, as a result of reactive abuse, you pick up some of the same mirrored qualities and tendencies that a narcissist did to you in order to protect yourself, to defend yourself. Okay, I gotta go. So my nail appointment is done now. I love you all. Stay narc free. I'm sorry I had to cut this all short, but I'm ready to go get my nails done and I will come back live later tonight. Anyways, guys, love you all. If you want to follow me and be notified when I'm live, just go hit the bell in my bio. And if you want to book a coaching session with me, you can go to the link in my bio and book a coaching session. But I love you all. Have a good one.